Hello all you wonderful VR divers, thank you once again for joining me on Weaver's Wonderful World. In today's video we are reviewing the Ghost of Tabor RAIDr Gunstock. Now, a couple of things that I'm going to be going over are the pros and the cons to this gunstock. There are a few pros, but honestly there are a lot more cons to this device when it comes to how well you play with it. So, let's jump right into that. Nothing that way. Nothing around here. Got you. Oh man. Alright. I'm gonna switch to you. Ah, damn.
I got an 8x scope down here if you want it.
I'm good. I got a 4 and
No shooting.
That was me. I found, I found a bot. Oh.
But they're like over there.
Somebody just hit me.
Yep, I hear them shooting. They sound like they're on top of that hill over there.
Alright, I'm getting back in the sniper tower so I can...
Oh. I got downed.
Oh, I see him.
I'm sorry, man, but I can use.
Oh, it's...
I got the wheeled. I just got the wheeled VR gunstock.
The what gunstock?
Wheeled
Oh.
VR.
Oh, I dropped my gun. Oh, snap. All 4 of them were over there. Holy crap. Now, where a gun stock is supposed to be at is it's supposed to improve your aim in most VR first-person shooters like Ghost of Tabor, which this is branded after, and, you know, like Contractors Showdown, Veil VR, and other stuff like that, which I did record videos in where I was using this, and it did improve my aim, but not by a significant amount, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah, it's still the biggest issue I have with this. Now, the tube itself, if you get very close, it's made of carbon fiber, which means it is a lot stronger than even your metal ones, and if you were to try and break it or bend it, it wouldn't bend so much as break, but it's supposed to be as strong as your common metal pipes, and honestly it is. It's nice. However, over here with this stock right here, if you want to adjust it or try to move it around to where it would fit you better while you're playing the game, it scrapes off a lot of the resin that is used to make the carbon fiber. So even while you don't see it, if you ever did take this off, it would just look scraped to all high hell. But the fact that this is carbon fiber means that it's a lot lighter than metal. It's just as strong, and it works just as well as any other type of material. Now, one of the good innovations that Combat Waffle Studios did do with this, and the partner that they went with, is you can break it in half and split it in 2, which makes reloading a lot easier. And honestly, there are a lot more gun stocks out there that I think would thrive with this kind of innovation here. Now, there are some, especially one that later on in the future I will be doing a review of, but that's for a later date, that can benefit from this a lot. And honestly, it's probably one of the best innovations I've seen for a gun stock in a long time. There are some other stocks that do a lot of things differently than this, including another one that I really do want to review, just because of the simple fact that it allows you to drop it completely and still have your controllers in your hand, but that's beside the point. The fact that you can split this in 2 makes reloading a lot easier, makes switching to your sidearm a lot easier while not having to drop your primary rifle at all. So, it is definitely a good innovation, and I do enjoy that. Now, like I said, this is made out of carbon fiber, which means it is really light. So when you split it apart, you don't have a lot of weight in your front hand because A, look how small this thing is, and B, because it's a smaller piece of carbon fiber, it's definitely a lot lighter than this, even with that bit on the end for the magnet, and that is a good thing. And then when you split this off, and while it is a lot longer, you do have a shorter piece that comes with this initially, but I liked the Gunstock feeling when you have it up against your chest. So having this here, having this be a lot longer, it's not that bad, and it's more manageable, especially if you put it in the crook of your elbow when you're generally just moving it around with your controller. And that makes it a lot more maneuverable instead of just having it here where you can swing it around and hit stuff, including yourself. But anyways, the fact that it put together also means it's really lightweight is a very good thing. Now, one of the things that Combat Waffle tried to do with this was the fact that the grips are modular. You can use a whole bunch of different controllers with this grip here. Again, I'm gonna give that a caveat because this is not the best type of grip, but you can use multiple different controllers with just this setup here. Now we're going to be moving on to the cons. The rubber part here, like I just took off, is not attached to the metal part of the grip here. In all honesty, I had to use this double-sided sticky tape in order to actually keep it on and have it be effective to use, because these fall off way too easily. Because as you can see, I barely did anything, and even with the double-sided tape on it, it still came off far too easily. So that is a big con, because if you're taking your controller grips off, this could fall off and just fly all over the place, and I've had that happen to me a few times. Now on to this rubber latch here. There used to be a little button at the top of this that you're supposed to hook the hole through. However, on the very first day, the first time I hooked that in and took it off, it went flying across the room. And that is not a good design at all, because that means this is now less secure, and no matter how much you tighten it, can easily pop off, which means you could lose control of your stock, and then who knows what would happen. You could drop it on your foot, you could injure yourself. There's a lot that can go wrong with both of these tabs missing. So that is a poor design, and I heard in another review video that those tabs were designed to come off within, I don't know, about 20 uses, but they came off within the first use, so that is definitely not a good design at all. Them even being designed to come off is not good at all. Now on to something that I have a big problem with. This screw right here, you can tighten it up, but it just comes loose and allows the grip itself to move around freely, which is a problem, because you could be in the middle of a gameplay, have your hand here, go to fire, and then twist your hand in one way or the other, and your aim completely shoots off into another direction because of that simple light twist. So having it sit here to where your stock also moves around freely, I don't like that at all. When it's just in one hand, means that if you're trying to go and bring your gun up, you'll miss your shouldering. A lot of the times you have a specific place that you want it, but if this is moving around, you can miss it easily and end up pushing it into the wrong spot and potentially hurting yourself, which is not a good thing at all. Now, adjusting the stock, these here are very difficult to pop off and readjust, especially since that is so tight that and yeah, like I said, there's the damage that doing that has done. But it's very difficult to adjust, especially to your own specs, because you have to do it inside your headset, inside the game before you even start playing, because if you don't set it up correctly, a lot of the times your gun in-game will not line up correctly to the stock, no matter where your hands are at, which is another problem with the screw here being so loose. Alignment just isn't that good when you have to adjust everything within your headsets. On to my thoughts. It's a decent gun stock. It could have been designed better with the rubber grips, with the attachment to the stock itself on this grip here, and with how hard it is to align this in game. It does improve my aim, which is good, but a gun stock needs to do more than just improve your aim. It needs to feel comfortable. It needs to be easy to adjust and align before you even get in game. A lot of the stocks come like that right out of the box because the companies that make them have taken the time and the energy to make sure that the controllers, when put onto them, will automatically align the guns in game to the gun stock, and you don't really have to do any kind of adjustment. With this, you have to do 1, 2, 3 different types of adjustment while you're in the game before you get into a match. Otherwise, the gun will not align up to it at all. And I've had to do that with all 3 games that I've tested with this. So the fact that you have to do so much just to get this to work instead of just having it work out of the box like Olin VR or Cobra VR or a handful of other stock making companies, it's not good. Is it worth purchasing? Honestly, I don't think it is. I think this is probably the first VR product that I've bought and done a review for that I didn't like it. I won't be using this. I won't even be allowing my friends who have VR to use this just because it's too difficult to use. Yeah, it improves your aim, but it's not comfortable. It's hard to adjust to get it to align with the gun in game. It's just not worth it. So I'm giving this my first 2 out of 5 on a VR product that I have reviewed. In the future, I wish that I could review more bad products as well, but I don't have the budget for that, so I can only get items that I think are good myself. And I'll buy those and still do reviews on them because everybody should know their features. Everybody should know if they're good to buy or not. But without an actual budget, without money coming in from somewhere else other than my job that I use to pay my house bills, I cannot actually do reviews on just any product. It has to be a product that I know that I'm going to use on a constant basis. I honestly thought that I was going to use the RAIDr on a constant basis, but I'm not, because it just has too many flaws to it that just turn it off to me. I don't want to use it. I don't want my friends to use it. And I will tell anybody who asks if they should get this, no, and then give them links to gun stocks that are, in my opinion, a lot better. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know how you feel about the gun stock itself from this review, if you've used it or anything else. And remember, subscribe if you want more content like this, and if you go to the link down in the description or on my front page, join the Discord. We can have conversations there and do a lot more. But anyways, that'll be it for this video. So once again, thank you for joining me on Weaver's Wonderful World. And remember, breakfast is the most important meal in the day. Bacon is the best breakfast food. So eat up, stay healthy, and I'll catch you VR divers in the next video. Hoorah!